morning, everyone. Welcome. Oops. My name is Susan, and we are going to have our lovely little hatha yoga class today. So I'm going to try again, like I did last time, a nice two-parter, okay? So we'll have a little bit of a nice little flow and a nice stretch and maybe a little meditation today at the very end. All right, so comfortable on your sit bones. Back is nice and straight, shoulders are relaxed. Now the breathing is in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice, long, smooth, full breath. All right, so just try to relax and let's really try to enjoy ourselves, okay? Now, we always start our class with a couple of minutes of breathing, pranayama. Prana is breath and pranayama is breath control. Every class I try and choose a different mudra, all right, to work with. Now just remember that whatever we do, work along with your limitations, how your body moves, where you are in your practice. Take it easy. If it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. All right, so you can always make little adjustments in everything we do to accommodate where you are in your practice and how your body's feeling today. So pay attention to if you experience pain or if it's going to aggravate any condition. Take it easy and think about what you're going to do before you do it. All right, so today for our pranayama, we're going to sit in yoni mudra. Now yoni mudra, hands together, drop 3 fingers, index fingers together, thumbs together, elbows wide. So the yoni mudra means source. It's said to awaken feelings of self-assuredness, self-confidence, helps increase physical balance in our positions or our asanas, and helps give you higher level of concentration and relaxation, and it helps open the chest. So close your eyes, let's breathe together. Just relax those shoulders and breathe. Continue on your own personal pranayama for the next 2 minutes. Slow it down. Just breathe. Now's the time to drop your day and settle your mind and to set an intention for your practice today. Focus on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to lower the heart rate, lower our blood pressure, and lower our anxiety level. Try to find stillness in mind and body. For one more nice, long, smooth breath. And on the next exhale, let's bring our hands together and let's rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center, close your eyes. Let's take a nice, long, smooth breath together to tune out. Inhale. One more breath. And on the exhale, I'd like you to drop 3 fingers again. Now let's prepare for Jupiter Mudra. On the next exhale, I'd like you to bring your arms up. Slow and gentle. Sitting nice and tall on those sit bones. Let's wake up that physical body. Let's wake up that spine. Breathing into Jupiter Mudra, which is good luck and expansion are activated when together focus your energies on breaking through barriers. One more breath. On the exhale, I want you to bring the arms forward, hands together, lace them, palm out. Now, shoulders are low, reach. Every time you exhale, reach a little further if you can. If this bothers your shoulders, you can bring it down a little lower if you'd want. And let's release the upper back. Let's really release the shoulders. Breathe, keep your back straight. Try to slow things down. Connect with that breath, feel that breath. One more. On the next exhale, release the hands slowly, bring them to the back, and I want you to grab your fingers. Big breath. On the exhale, bring the shoulders up, bring the back, slide them down, bring the shoulder blades together. Really releasing, opening up the chest, the pectorals, the front of the deltoid of the shoulder, opening up the rib cage, opening up your heart center. Breathe. One more breath. On the next exhale, leave the left hand on the floor behind your back. Bring the right hand onto the left knee, preparing for a seated twist pose. Take your breath. On the exhale, as you look over the left shoulder, gently pressing on the left knee to the right. Your back is straight, shoulders are relaxed. In the twist pose, be very gentle with your spine. Don't torque your back or your neck. Be very slow. If you need to go deeper, if you want to go deeper, you can push on the knee a little bit. You go a little further. Very gentle with your spine. Now this is a twist pose, so the breath should be the same. And this is also lengthening, stretching, releasing the spine, keeping it strong and balanced and agile and supple. Releasing the nerves, the blood vessels, the muscles up and down your spine. One more breath. On the next exhale, slowly and gently, let's counter pose. Go all the way to the other side. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind the back. Take your breath. On the exhale, look over the right shoulder. Back is straight, shoulders are relaxed, the breath is flowing. One more breath. On the next exhale, come back to center. Hands on the lap, roll the shoulders out gently, roll them out. If you want more movement, absolutely, forward and backward, rolling up the shoulders, releasing the tension into the upper body and the shoulders, and also increasing circulation into the upper body. All right, perfect. Let's inhale, arms out. Exhale up. Inhale into a gentle back bend. Or just reach the ceiling. Breathe. Close your eyes. If that helps you relax and connect with your breath, close your eyes. If you prefer to have them open, find yourself a drishti, a focal point, something to stare at and help you concentrate for one more breath. On the exhale, bring your arms down, slow and gentle with those shoulders. Come down. All right, so from here, I'm going to give you a couple of different ways to do this one here. So this one here is going to be lengthening the spine. So if you can, keep your hands on the floor, just bend the elbows and lean forward. For those of you who are a little bit more flexible, you can reach out as far as you'd like. Now, very important to keep your back straight, head level with your spine hinging at the hips, all right? So just go wherever you need to go, all right? Big breath. On the exhale, focusing on leaning forward. Like I said, if you like, you can crawl your fingers. Lengthening the spine, starting to really release and lengthen and stretch the muscles up and down your back, the shoulders. Now, if you want to bow your head a little for comfort, that's fine. Just don't bow it too far that you actually curl your upper spine. You always find a little place that feels just right. One more breath. On the next exhale, stay low and let's shift our body weight. Slide your hands to the left. Now the weight's on the left thigh, right hip stays on the floor. Here again, reach with both arms. Finding that place that feels just right. Make sure the right sit bone stays on the floor. If you reach and you start kind of lifting off the floor, then you're way too far. Back up a little, all right? Getting a nice waking up the right side of the body. One more breath. On the exhale, stay low. Shift your body weight. Go all the way to the other side. Gentle with your spine. And let's come to the right. Now the weight's on the right thigh. Left hip stays on the floor. Reach. Now with these stretches here, if you want to go with both arms, but if you find it's a little deeper for you, maybe to focus more on the one arm, let's say the left one, you can make those little adjustments, and just relax the shoulders. Breathe. Catch up to the breath. Make sure it's smooth and it's slow and complete. And always try and suspend your breath. When you inhale, just hold it for a few seconds and then exhale, all right? Now while we're here, let's release the tension that we hold in our face. So I'd like you to engage all the muscles in your face. Just really scrunch your face up as tight as you can. Just squeeze it as tight as you can and hold it. And then let it go. Let all your facial muscles just go completely slack. Let all that tension filter through your body and sink into your mat for one more breath. On the next exhale, come back to center very slowly and come up all the way. Hands on the lap, roll the shoulders out. So moving your body slowly, gently, and carefully. There's no rush, there's no hurry. All right? And like I said, if there's some things that really are not going to feel comfortable for you, make the little adjustments to find the place that feels just right for you and your body, or skip it altogether. Okay, let's move on. Left hand on the floor beside the left knee. I'm going to give you 3 different ways to do this particular stretch here. Now, if you have a block handy, or if you have like a really thick book or something, basically the one version is elbow on the floor, but without the right hip coming off the floor. If that's going to be literally too much of a stretch, this is where our little block comes in, and it brings the floor up to you, all right? And if you don't have a block, then what you can do is just put your hand out here, bend the elbow, and you can do the same stretch just like this, all right? I'm going to have my hand on the floor, right hand on the right knee. Make sure that you're nice and comfortable. Left hand on the block, out here, or on the floor. Let's go. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale. Now in this position here, if your elbow is on the block or on the floor, make sure your elbow and shoulder are lined up, being aware of your alignment. And the right arm is lined up to the side of the body, to the side of the head, not leaning forward or twisted back. Now, if you can go a little further. If that's a little too much, just readjust your arm if you want. If you want, you can even put your hand on your hip and do it that way. Spread those fingers like rays of sunshine and breathe, lengthening that lovely right side of your body. One more breath. On the next exhale, right hand to right knee. Take a breath. On the exhale, push away. Bring the right shoulder a little closer to the left knee. You can keep the right arm straight. You can soften out the elbow. And let's get a nice stretch into the upper back, the shoulder, and all the way down. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the elbows. Stay low. Come to center. Come up very slowly. All right, let's go to the other side. Counter pose. Left hand on left knee. If you have your little block, take your little block with you. All right, make sure that you're comfortable. Right hand on the floor, on the block, or have your hand out here preparing to do it this way if you'd like. Let's go. Inhale up, left arm up, exhale. Line everything up. Take the time to check how your body feels, the position of your body. Make little adjustments to accommodate how you feel. Breathe. The breath is there to regulate, to control everything. So if your breath changes, then you have to think about how your body is set up. Reposition yourself a little bit. Make that little adjustment. Come back to that breath. On the next exhale, left hand to left knee. Exhale, push away. Releasing the back, the left side, the left upper back. On the exhale, bend the elbow, come to center. And bring yourself up, straight spine. Roll the shoulders out if you need to. If you have a hard time releasing the tension in the shoulders and the upper body, roll them out whenever you want. That helps, all right? All right, let's change positions with the feet. Now let's get into our little butterfly. So this is called butterfly or bound angle pose. Now, two ways to do this one here. So this is all about stretching the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, groin area, releasing those tight buttocks, and a gentle hip opener as well. So if you find sitting like this is as far as you can or want to go, just keep your hands on your legs like this. Keep your back straight. Just hang out here, relax, and breathe. But for those of you who want to go a little deeper, hands on the ankles, you can lean forward, gently pressing on the knees, all right? Now, either way you're set up in this position, your back stays straight, your head is level with your spine, so you're not all hunched over. Keep the back straight and hinge with the hips, all right? Big breath. Exhale. Now, when you're leaning forward, if you're leaning forward, gently pressing on the knees. Don't slam all the weight on the knees. Focus more on leaning forward. Just relax your thighs, your hips, your knees. Let it all go. Just come back to the breath. Close your eyes. Breathe. Bring yourself right here, right now, right into the moment where nothing matters but how you feel right now. The position of your body, how your body moves, where you are. So hopefully you find a little spot somewhere where you can just take a little time for yourself. On the exhale, come up slow, very slow. Perfect. All right. And roll the shoulders out. Hands on the knees, bring the knees together, and let's open up the legs nice and wide. All right. Let's get a nice stretch. Now let's work on the hamstrings. That's releasing the back of the legs. This is also going to stretch the knees and the calves, toes pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to do two different things here now. So first of all, the hand will be on the floor in front. So focusing on bending the elbows and leaning forward. Or for those of you who can go a little further, you can crawl your fingers as far as you'd like. All right? Even just sitting like this, you should feel the back of the legs, the hamstrings. All right? Now, let's see what we can do. Find a place that feels just right. Now, while you're in this position, I want you to pay attention to how your knees and your quads feel. Because as soon as you start moving, they're going to lock up most of the time. So try to relax the legs. Try to relax those knees. All right? Ready? Big breath. Keep your back straight, head level with your spine. Try not to bow your head around your back. Pay attention to your knees. If they're tight, let them go, let them go. So this is kind of just being able to recognize the tension in your body, isolate it, and release it. Even if you're doing something else, there's always some part of your body that's tight. Try to let it go. Maybe it'll help you go further, maybe not, it doesn't matter. Breathe. Even though you feel a nice stretch into your back muscles, your lower back, we're focusing on the legs with this one here. On the next exhale, come up, slow. All right, hands on the lap, roll the shoulders out, roll them out. Keep the breath going. Every breath you take the whole time we're together is long and it's smooth. All right, so let's focus on one leg. I'm gonna do them each separately now. So I want you just to turn yourself facing the left leg. Both hands are going to be on the knee, all right? So here again, we're going to do the same thing. If you want, you can keep your hands right here and lean forward. For those of you who want to go a little further, you can slide your hands down. If you can grab your foot, you can do that as well. Again, back is straight, head is level with your spine. So try not to be all hunched over, all right? So relax the shoulders. Both hands, you can have them on your thigh or on your knee, it doesn't matter. Take your breath. Exhale. Again, release the knee and the thigh. If they're tight, let them go. One more breath. On the exhale, come up. Let's try this side here now. Turn your body in front of the right leg. Roll the shoulders out if you need to. Take your breath. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale, come up. That would be a dynamic stretch or isotonic. You can feel it. Even just sitting like this and leaning, you feel it. So that's a very dynamic stretch, all right? So lengthening, decompressing, releasing the discomfort of tight muscles, the nerves and the blood vessels as well, working on joint stability. Those are called eccentric muscle contractions, exactly what we're doing. Now, let's get those legs together, nice and slow. All right, now this is our staff pose. So this is a neutral resting position. Now being aware of your posture, sitting nice and tall and proud on those sit bones. Back is straight, shoulders are relaxed. Legs together, and I want you to point your toes. Left hand out, keep the fingers open. Bend at the wrist slightly, turn out to the baby finger. Now bring the arm down so we focus on the forearm, not so much the shoulder. Releasing, lengthening the extensor muscles along the forearm, the wrist, and the hand. One more breath. On the exhale, straighten hand, palms to ceiling. Right fingers on the tip of the left fingers and gently pull back. Releasing flexor muscles, the wrist, the hand, and the fingers. One more breath. Exhale, release, hand in the lap. Now, let's see if you can get your heels off the floor. All right, it's just a little extra calf stretch. Let's try this one here, the right hand. Fingers open, bend, and slightly turn out. Straighten that spine, relax those shoulders, breathe. Nice stretch, especially if you have issues with your wrist, your hands, and your fingers. Everything is connected. So just really uncoiling, decompressing those tight muscles. On the exhale, straighten hand, palms to ceiling, bring it back. And never force your body. Don't be aggressive in your movements or your stretches. Very gentle. Your body tends to respond easier if you're very gentle as opposed to rushing and forcing. Release, heels on the floor, relax your knees and thighs. All right, let's do the fingers today. Today we're going to do, for little finger exercises, we're just going to pull back on each finger, nice and simple. So follow the rhythm of the breath, gently pull down on the thumb and go to each finger. A nice stretch. You don't necessarily have to crack your knuckles. Really getting a deep stretch, lengthening those fingers, all the muscles in the palm of the hand. Releasing those tight joints, lubricating the little finger joints. Breathe. Straighten the spine, relax the shoulders, smile. Feels so good to be here. Happy that you can join me, especially my regulars, some of my students that I haven't seen for a while. So welcome, welcome. All right, and now I want you to lengthen, stretch them out. Stretch that fingers, feel a deep stretch into the palm of the hand. From here, get into a claw, and then into a fist. Tight, as tight as you can. That's comfortable, of course. And then slowly uncoil. Just let them go. Long, just very like slow motion. All right? And then I want you to shake them out. Shake those hands out. Release the tension in the hands and the fingers. Perfect. Hands on the lap, roll the shoulders out. Roll them out. All right, let's work those ankles. So now I want you just to open up your legs a little bit. We're going to do ankle circles in, ankle circles out, getting a little mobility, range of motion of the ankles, the foot, the toes, but also engaging the lower leg muscles, but focusing on the ankles. So from here, 2 different ways where you can sit. If you want, you can sit back, relax, and do this, all right? If you prefer to have a straight spine, put your hands beside your hips and keep your back straight. Now, when you're rolling the ankles, we're going to do 3 in, 3 out. Try to just focus on the ankle. Try not to wiggle your legs. If they move a little bit, not a big deal, but try not to really, try to control those legs so they're not wobbling all over. And let's work on the ankles, all right? So, ready? 3 in, 3 out. Follow the rhythm of the breath. Let's go. Inhale around, exhale, pause. Follow the rhythm of the breath. The breath is there to help you control your movements as well. So you step away from momentum. You have to stop to take an inhale anyway. And one more round. And lovely. All right, relax. Now, let's work the toes. So what I want you to do for the toes is I want you to open them up just like we did with the hands. So open up the toes, really stretch them out, and then on the exhale, I want you to curl them in 3 times, all right? Ready? Let's go. Inhale. Spread them apart as far as you can, and then exhale. Scrunch them in. Really releasing, lengthening all the muscles in the foot, the toes, lengthening, releasing the tight toes, and again. Squeeze. And then relax your foot. All right, now I want you to play piano with your toes and round the ankles a little bit more if you'd like. And let's add the hands and the fingers. So let's play piano with the fingers and let's round the wrists. You can go a little faster if you'd like. All right, but keep your breath slow and let's just really get some circulation into all those little bits and pieces of our bodies. Perfect. All right, so from here, roll the shoulders up. Let's get into our table. Let's do some cat and cow. All right, so from here, setting yourself up into your table. Now, alignment, ankle to knee, knee to hip. Knees are hip distance apart, elbow, shoulders, wrists lined up. Here again is when I offer my students some little extra padding. If you need it for your knees or your wrist, you can use, this is just a Pilates mat I cut up, or a thin blanket or a towel. Go on your fist if you need to for your wrist. Let's do some cat and cow together. Ready? Head is level with the spine. Inhale, head up. Sacrum up, C-scoop spine. Exhale as you arch the back, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Try to relax your thighs. If they're tight, let them go. Follow the rhythm of the breath. Lengthening the spine, releasing upper back, and Really lovely stretch for the lower back. Breath in motion, meditation motion, cat and cow. And one more set, all the way up. Perfect. And bring yourself to straight neutral spine. Shake out the hands and wrists if you need to. All right. So from here, we're going to do a nice little hip stretch. So we're going to do a revolving tabletop. Again, if your wrists are bothering you, go on your fist. It changes the angle of the wrist. So from table, take your breath on the exhale. Push the hip out to the right as you look over the left shoulder. This is called revolving tabletop. This is a nice stretch for the hip abductor, the buttock, the lower back. One more breath. On the exhale, swing your hips to the left as you look over the right shoulder. Your hips aren't going to go very far, so you don't have to whip them out. Push them out gently. Again, to the right on the next exhale. And one last time. Exhale, swing to the left as you look over the right. And on the next exhale, bring yourself to straight neutral spine, preparing for child's pose. Open up the knees a little wide if you'd like to. Take a breath on the exhale, lean back. Now let's take a little rest into our balasana, child's pose. Make sure that your head and your neck are supported. Rest your forehead on your stacked fists. On your block, stacked hands are on the floor. And let's take a little rest into our child's pose. This is a resting neutral place, a full body stretch. Now's the time to thank yourself for being here today, for taking this little time out of your busy day and your busy life, whatever's going on right now. It's so important to have this little special time to release, to decompress, re-energize, to turn things off, just to maybe quiet our minds for a little while and focus on our breath and our bodies in a safe and encouraging environment. So this is where I'm going to stop the taping, and then I'm going to start it again, and we're going to get into a flow from here, so we have a little bit of a two-part. So I will be right back.